Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about domesticated foxes. Specifically, why you should not have a fox as a pet. So, where do you even get a fox? Well, the truth is, you can't just go to a pet store and pick one up. Domesticated foxes, as you know them from the internet, are not readily available. They're not like your average house cat or dog. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Domesticated foxes don't actually exist. What you see online are foxes that have been selectively bred over generations for tameness and certain physical traits. They're still wild animals, just ones that are more accustomed to human interaction. Can foxes be tamed? Well, it's a tricky subject. While some foxes might appear friendly and even cuddly, they still retain their wild instincts. They can be unpredictable, and their behavior can change quickly. They might bite, scratch, or even attack, especially if they feel threatened or cornered. And what about the litter box? You know, the thing that makes owning a cat so much easier? Well, foxes don't go to the litter box. They're not naturally inclined to use a designated area for their waste. While you might be able to train them to use a specific spot, it's not guaranteed. And even if you do manage to train them, they might still have accidents, especially when they're stressed or excited. So, there you have it. Domesticated foxes are not readily available, they're still wild animals, and they can be unpredictable. While they might seem cute and cuddly, they're not suitable pets for most people. Hey everyone, today we're talking about domesticated foxes. These adorable little creatures have become increasingly popular as pets, but before you rush out to get one, there are some important things you need to know. First off, let's address the elephant in the room. Are foxes dangerous? Well, it's not as simple as a yes or no answer. Domesticated foxes are bred for their docile temperament, but they still retain some of their wild instincts. They can be unpredictable, especially when startled or threatened. They have sharp teeth and claws, and they can bite or scratch if they feel scared or cornered. Another thing to consider is their climbing abilities. Foxes are incredibly agile climbers. They can easily scale fences, trees, and even walls. This means you'll need to be extra careful about securing your property if you have a fox as a pet. You'll need to make sure your yard is completely fenced in, and you'll need to be vigilant about keeping your fox away from any potential escape routes. Now let's talk about their diet. Foxes are omnivores, which means they eat both plants and animals. In the wild, they eat a variety of things, including rodents, birds, insects, fruits, and vegetables. As a pet, you'll need to provide them with a balanced diet that includes commercial fox food, meat, and vegetables. You'll also need to make sure they have access to fresh water at all times. What happens if you don't care for a fox properly? Well, it can lead to a number of health problems. Foxes are susceptible to a variety of diseases, including rabies, distemper, and parasites. They can also develop behavioral problems if they are not properly socialized or if they are not given enough mental stimulation. And what happens if a fox is abandoned? Sadly, it's not a good outcome. Foxes are not equipped to survive on their own in the wild. They are not as good at hunting as their wild counterparts, and they are more likely to be preyed upon by other animals. They're also more likely to contract diseases and parasites. So, while domesticated foxes can be adorable and fascinating creatures, they're not for everyone. They require a lot of care, attention, and commitment. If you're not prepared to provide them with the proper environment, diet, and socialization, then it's best to reconsider getting one.